But hey, let's do a video about my Corolla. Anyways, I'll do a video about my Corolla since I just did one about the Cressida. Walk around it and explain some stuff about it while my wife sits over there and mocks me. 81 Toyota Corolla sedan. I bought it for 500 bucks. It was an automatic. Transmission was bad. I had almost everything to put a 5-speed in it from my A86, so I did that, and the idea was to just put some wheels on it and drive it. I had some work equip 01s, I think, and it got a little more involved than that. Sort of cut out rust and fixing stuff, and then swapped the steering, did a bunch of other shit. So I'll do a little walk around everything I did. First and foremost, looks like shit in there, but my strut towers were rotten. So that was the first thing I did. Really can't see shit because it's all dirty and there's seam sealer everywhere, but I'll put a picture in of them. They were gone and I rebuilt them. Let's see, a few patches in the floor. Actually more than a few. I really should have built new pants for it, but I didn't really know what I was doing back then like I know what I'm doing now. Super heavy wheels. They're some steel American wheels I got off of Facebook. 15 by 8 minus 40 with a 165 50 15, and these wheels are super fucking heavy and they slow this car down big time, so I gotta do something about that. Universal ZG flares. These are, everybody asks me what the fuck these are. These are regular ZG rears in the front, wide ZG fronts in the rear. So yeah, that's what I use. Stock bumper, cut it and brought it back in. Looks way better. Front chin spoiler, that's off of like an 80s S10. Quad headlights. They're all busted, but luckily I got these super cheap before the prices skyrocketed on them. But walk around. Made a twin tip exhaust. Still have to make a roll pan for it. I cut it out because it was rotten, and I'm gonna put a new one in it. Got some aluminum. I'm gonna make one. Well, yeah, side skirts. Those are off of like a 90s Explorer. Cut down. They fit everything pretty much, but I held them on with some Zeus fasteners. Alright, interior. That is a A86 seat out of my Corolla. That was an 87. Corbo Forza micro suede. I've had this in like every drift car I've had. It's been in my S13, my A86, and now in this. Let me see. eBay UHMW shift knob. Just kind of white, basic. I bought this before JSP started making his, or I'd buy one, which I probably should anyway. Wink mirror, essential. Let's see. Got some rando video gauges. NTK wideband for my carbs. It's grip Royal wood steering wheel. Always put wood steering wheels in. I drift with them. I really don't give a shit. If they break, they break. I haven't had one yet. Sun Pro, old school tack. Works pretty good. But yeah, interior is in okay shape. It's really not nice. The car was never nice. I mean, I bought it before all these old Japanese cars popped off, so I was able to get it pretty cheap. What were you sitting in?
Fire ants.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, I got it before all the old Japanese cars were going for a ton of money, so 500 bucks, and it drove, it just didn't shift. But friendly garage. Let's see. Let's pop the hood. Look at what's under that. It's really a fucking pop. Nope. I did wreck it. Ran into a guardrail. Drifting. Kind of messed it up a little bit. Hood doesn't open like it used to. So, 3TC. I milled and boarded the head myself. I'm gonna put some videos of me doing that. I had to make the tooling to mill the cylinder head on a Bridgeport, so that was pretty cool. Yamaha R1 bike carbs. They're drilled out to, I think it's 1.8 millimeter, maybe, I don't remember. I made the intake manifold. It's all TIG welded aluminum. Made the header. Let's see, MSD ignition. Electric fan. I have this old ass radiator. I need to get a new one. Made this little heat shield for my fuse box because, not because it melted, because of the header, but when I was driving it, I didn't put the fuse block back in the little bracket, and it laid on the header and melted it. So I covered that up instead of buy a new one. Battery looks like shit. I'm gonna redo all that, make a cover for it. T3 camber plates. Also, steering setup. Can't really see it. It's a KP61 manual rack. So I switched this car from I guess a steering box to manual rack. I welded brackets off my AE86 crossmember onto the 3TC crossmember. So this crossmember is for a 3TC with manual steering. And I rigged up a steering column because I couldn't find an AE71 steering column, which I actually just found one in the junkyard. This one's kind of janky. I'm going to switch it over. The inner tie rods are 2000 rear-wheel drive Tacoma inners, which are huge, and Battle Garage tie rod spacers. You can't see any of this shit, but I drilled and tapped S14 outers to the M15 1.5 to match the inners, and I've drifted on them. Haven't died yet, so it works pretty good. The inners are super beefy. I probably will never bend them, and they're super cheap, but they fit the manual rack. They're just kind of long, so they kind of work for my control arms, but really they probably need to be cut down a little bit. But I don't know if anyone's ever going to put S13 stuff on their Corolla and with a manual rack, but yeah, so rear-wheel drive Tacoma inners and S14 outers drilled out, because the S14 outer tie rods are M14-15, so I drilled them out to M15-15, drill and tap, which wasn't shit. Alright, so suspension wise, I have a lot going on here. I made the lower control arms. They probably look like shit. That was way back in the day. So I have, I don't know if I can see it, DIY coilovers. So it's all S13 stuff. S13 knuckles, S13 shocks. And then I made lower control arms that are adjustable with Heim joints from Rough Stuff Specialties. I made the tension rods. But in the shocks I have Bilstein heavy duty inverted shocks from a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. So they kind of need revalved. They're a little weird. 8K front springs, 6K rear. Some eBay drilled and slotted rotors, why not? EBC red stuff pans. What else? S13 brakes, obviously. So in the rear, we have KYB, AGXs, Camaro stuff, typical Corolla shit. Traction brackets I made, Panhard bar, DIY, adjustable I made. Exhaust, made it a long time ago, don't judge me. Cusco rear sway bar, welded diff also. And, can't really see them, but the adjustable 4-length bars that I machined myself. I have the upper ones too, I haven't put on yet. But I don't know, that's it, pretty much. My Corolla. Slow as shit, it's really loud. It's kind of a piece of shit, but people like it. I don't think I forgot anything. I got everything to do a roll cage. I'm just really lazy, so I gotta do that. What else? I really should build another engine for it. I have one. That's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching. Got any questions, just let me know.